Hey guys, Ashley Bowden here for The Buzz. We are in studio with one of the stars of the hit series BMF, Rama Montakhabi. Hey Rama.
Hi, how are you, Ashley?
Good. Thank you. Welcome and thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Of course. So congratulations, season 3 actually came in hot with top ratings for the series. Over 5 million people tuned in to the season premiere. Tell us, what can fans expect to see in BMF this season?
There's so many changes. It's just all new players, all new characters. It's just a lot different from what you saw in season 2. So a lot of surprises and a lot of things to look forward to.
Yeah. So for those who are not familiar, tell us about your role of Peaches in the series.
So Peaches is K9's girl, and K9 was one of the top dogs last season in Detroit. So K9 and Peaches were like the it couple. Right. She was his ride or die who translated, documents for, the Arab business owners in Detroit and things like that. So Peaches kind of did get a little crazy though and cheated on him and then, snitched at the end. Yeah. But yeah. Some more stuff to come in season 3.
Yeah. So now I would have to ask this. Is Peaches an actual person? Like, is she a real person? Because some of this is based on real life. Obviously, we know that. But is she a real person? Did you get to meet her, work with her at all?
Craziest thing is it is actually a real person, but the stories that I was told from her versus what happened in the show are not the same. So, when I did meet her, it was random. It wasn't even like planned. I was staying at the hotel casino that we were staying in Detroit while we were filming last year.
Okay.
And actually 2 years ago. And yeah, I was at the bar and one of the ladies who was one of the bartenders asked to see my ID, but I had been there for like a week already. And the guy who was the bartender was like, "What do you have your ID out for?" And I'm like, "She asked to see it." And he was like, no, she's good. She's with production. And she was like, "Oh, well, if you're with production, all I want to know is who's playing K9." And I'm like, hold up. And then as she was saying that, K9, like Rayon was actually coming to meet me. We were about to go eat and, just be out for the night. And he's like, and I'm like, wait, why? She was like, "Because that was my man in real life." And I'm like, hold up. So am I playing you? And she was like, "No, you have dark hair. You're probably playing his wife." And like, I was his girlfriend, when they weren't whatever. So I was like, okay. Next thing you know, she calls the son. His son came up there 30 minutes later. His son gets on the phone with his mom on FaceTime and then put me on the phone. So now I'm on the phone with the actual Peaches.
Peaches. Wild.
Yeah.
Wow.
Very wild. I actually met her the next day and, she told us a lot of wild stories.
Yeah.
And
do you feel like your true self is a far cry from Peaches, from your role as Peaches?
in some ways, no.
Okay.
Some ways, yes. I mean, I definitely am a ride or die. I've been in certain situations that, Peaches might have been in, but I'm definitely not a cheater or a snitch. Okay. So, yeah.
That you don't have in common with Peaches. Okay, that's good. Those are good qualities.
Yeah.
Ride or die.
Yeah.
Loyalty.
When, they a character trait for Peaches was like when she walks in the room, she's like, all eyes turn, look at her, and
No, and you are like Peaches is definitely that it girl. I know when Peaches first came on the scene, season 2, everybody was talking about it. Everybody was happy to see Peaches. Like, who is this exotic teen on camera? So, do you get a lot of people coming up to you now, like recognizing you in the streets as like, "Oh, what's up, Peaches"?
Funny enough, no.
Really?
Yeah, until I actually talk about the show or say anything about like BMF or being on there, like, "Oh, are you on it?" And I'm like, maybe. Did you watch the show?
Yeah.
So I mean, some people, if they know of BMF, they might recognize me, but on a regular basis, no. I still have my freedom.
That's good. Oh, that's kind of good. And then that's good for future opportunities, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
You won't be typecast.
Oh, yeah.
What can fans expect to see from Peaches this season, and how much of Peaches can we expect to see?
Well, for those of you who have not watched the episode, Peaches is doing some things this season.
Yeah.
You may or may not see a lot of her, but she's definitely gonna go out with a bang.
Ooh, okay. All right. And speaking of a bang, and Peach is doing a lot this season, we saw episode 2. We saw Peaches in a very intimate scene with a female love interest. Tell us about that. Do those intimate scenes ever get awkward for you? How do you prepare for them? What happens behind the scenes? Are there rules of engagement? How does that work?
I mean, in any situation you're like that in front of people, it's gonna be awkward.
Yeah.
It's gonna be, a little bit, but everyone is so good at making you feel comfortable. Like, shout out to Zuri, the intimacy coordinator on set.
Wow.
She was really good at making sure that we were comfortable, and all of the movements was choreographed. We had to go in for, rehearsal, so we had to figure out how we were gonna move, and I think it gets a little bit more nerve-wracking when you're actually like not clothed.
Yeah.
And then I'm wearing what I was wearing,
Right.
Which I thought was very tasteful, and I requested it, to be honest.
Okay.
Because I mean, they preferred me to be
Completely
nude and
nude.
yeah, how
Okay.
all the other characters,
Yeah.
do. But just for myself personally, I don't feel like I'm ready to expose myself like that, and I don't want to take that.
And I felt like it worked for the scene. Like
Yeah.
it was still like we got the point.
Right.
But you felt comfortable.
Absolutely.
And it was still a vibe. It was still very sexy.
Sexy.
Yeah.
It was tasteful.
Yeah.
I feel like all around.
Good job.
Thank
Good job
you.
for standing up for yourself. I
Thank
think
you.
that that's important to, stay true to who you are, your authenticity, and where,
Absolutely.
where you feel comfortable. So shout out to you for that.
Thank you.
All right. So give us some like behind the scenes. What's it like working with 50? How involved is he in the production, the day-to-day production on BMF?
He would pop up randomly.
Okay.
He's not hands-on like that throughout the day-to-day, but I saw him when I was filming the second season.
Okay.
Third season, not so much. It was kind of more in and out type.
Yeah.
But he's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm so thankful that he's given all of us these platforms and the opportunities to shine. And yeah, 50 put me in the next movie coming out.
Yeah, we like her.
Peaches
We
is
like
out
her.
now. Let's figure a new one.
We'll figure something else out for you.
Exactly.
And what would you say? Well, I want to ask you this because there was a lot of cameos this season. Who were you most shocked to see on set? Like, what? I didn't know that this person was going to be here.
Well, typically when you don't do a scene with those people, I had no idea.
You didn't know.
No, so like this whole season is just as new to me that it is to all the other viewers.
Yeah.
I only know what I know in my scenes.
Yeah.
And
so watching back now, you're seeing everybody that's there.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 Chainz.
Two Chainz, Neo, and all these new faces,
Yeah.
and it's pretty cool though. I like that they're a part of it now, so it just expands the audience.
Yeah. So for the days that you were on set, who did you bond with? Like, who have you created a friendship with? Because we spend so much time with our coworkers at work, so many hours. Who have you been able to bond with on set?
Honestly, I feel like we all had like a really dope bond.
Yeah.
But Sydney's one of my good friends,
Okay.
the one who plays Lawanda. Rayon, of course.
Yes.
Rayon's I love him like as a friend. He's an amazing person inside and out. So, but yeah, I mean, I feel like Da Vinci's cool, we all kind of bonded, especially when we were in Detroit filming together. Like all of us would play spades, we'd be downstairs and just vibing. It was just great family moments.
Okay.
BMF.
BMF, truly BMF.
Yes.
Yeah. So what would you say like you would want to see next for your career? Like where do you want your trajectory to go from here?
Well, I definitely want to be in some box office hits,
Yeah.
Being seen in the theaters. Definitely want to win my awards.
What
Those
awards?
are coming.
Let's manifest those. What awards do you want to win? I'm always thinking about
any and all of them.
all of them. I'll take them all.
I'll take them all.
Run it up. Yeah.
Anything, honestly, just being recognized for your work and your talent is
Yeah.
such an important part of being an actress.
Yeah.
So it makes you feel more accomplished.
Yeah, and I want to get into that because your journey into acting is very unique.
Yes.
You came into the game, no agent, just pure hustle.
Yeah.
So tell us a bit about how you got into acting and how you got your role in BMF.
So I've always wanted to be an actress. Ever since I was 4, when they would ask me what I wanted to be, I would always say an actress. But it took, life and time for me to get to where I'm at. And I really got serious about acting after I lost my parents. I lost my mom to cancer about, wow, almost 7 years ago, and my dad 6. So I moved out to LA. And I said, life is short, so if you don't go for it, you'll never know what could happen. I've always been a hustler, and I really feel like your network is your net worth. So I've built like such a great community of friends out here, and I was just going as hard as I could for myself in the beginning, just going on all these auditions and doing background work and all that stuff. But in the midst of all of that, I grew a friendship with one of my really good close friends, Sabria Dublin, who's now my entertainment lawyer. And she put me in contact or introduced me to Randy Huggins. And I feel like the rest is history. We manifested it. I was watching the first season at Randy's backyard barbecues and all that. Like, everybody would come, they'd put the big screen up, and we'd be watching the first season. And I told Sabria, I was like, oh man, I need to be in the second season. She's like, we'll get you in the second season. I'm like, I want to be in the second season. She's like, no, you're going to be in the second season. I'm like, I'm on the second season.
I love that.
So that night we totally manifested all of that.
The levels of faith.
Yes. Yeah. And then, Randy, it was literally like in 24 hours, I had to turn over a audition tape. It was like, you got to send this in by 5 p.m. tomorrow. And it was like 6 p.m. the day before. And I'm just like, okay, all right, I got this. And so I still had to audition, and I auditioned, but thankful I got the part.
I'm thankful for you. That's very exciting and very inspiring. To know that dreams are possible.
Absolutely,
make it happen
at any age.
At any age, yeah. And I know we're just coming off of International Women's Day. We're in Women's History Month. I know you're big about your platform being used to inspire women.
Absolutely,
and especially women from your culture. Tell us a bit about that.
I feel like the women in Iran right now got it a little bit rough. So it's hard to even go into that subject without kind of being cautious about what you say and how you speak on that topic. So my heart goes out to all of my Persian women out there, and I hope everybody's safe and doing well. But I do a lot of stuff for the women here, like women's empowerment movements, and I have an event that's going to be coming up in the next month or so, another women's empowerment event where I speak as a panelist, and we just talk about things that can help women, better women, and one thing that I touched upon was like soft girl era. Like, we have neglected the fact that we are the women, we are the queens. We have to play our parts and let the man play the man part. I know that we are so independent women, this and strong that, and yes, that's great and all, but we are still the queens, and there is a king, so we have to play our parts as women.
I agree with that 100%. And listen, I play passenger princess, anything soft life, I'm for it. So I hear you on that. I'm in 100% agreement. What other projects can we see you in the near future?
I have I have 2 films in the pipeline. I'm not sure when the other one's going to come out. The other one's called Daughters of Dolomite, but the one that is coming out is Bye For Now. It should be on a major platform. I'm not sure exactly where it's going to land yet, but that will be coming out very soon. And then I'm set to go out to San Francisco to start filming another feature in the next month or 2.
Amazing. How are you managing all of this? Because did you actually have to film in Atlanta for BMF?
Yes.
Yeah, so you're from Atlanta. You're flying from Atlanta to LA to San Francisco to wherever. How are you balancing everything and keeping yourself together?
I mean, it's just work-life balance, you know? And at the end of the day, it's like when you know that you're going to be on set for those designated days, then you kind of can't plan anything else. Like, I can't have anything going on from this date to this date, and that's when they know your availability.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. This has been fun. We are looking forward to seeing the rest of your time on BMF. I don't know how many people have actually watched episode 2 of season 3, but we'll see We'll see how it all plays out.
That's right.
All right, and best of luck to you in the rest of your acting journey. We're looking forward to that as well.
Thank you so much for having me.
you.
It was great. Thank you.
No matter what they throw at us, we ain't skipping no motherfucking beat.
Mitch, that's a Miami killer.
You think you deserve to have a free pass in my city?
The world is my fucking oyster.
Hi, my name is Rama Montakhabi, and you just been buzzed.